My favorite deck at the end of last expansion was Elwyn Boar Priest, and I was really surprised to find out that it still sort of exists in the meta, but it does actually play quite a bit different than it used to. We used to have Raise Dead and Gift of Luminance, so we could just copy a bunch of boars throughout the game, but now we really only have Amulet and Zola to copy them, so this is much more of like a full-on combo deck where you really need to draw pretty much your entire deck every game. But luckily we can do that because Voyage to the Sunken City gave us Switcheroo and Handmaiden, and the new core set gave us Northshire Cleric. So it's actually not that hard to draw the whole deck. I was a bit concerned with the power level of the deck going in, but I did manage to maintain a 50% win rate. As always, the deck code is linked in the description, very near the subscribe button. I do like Switcheroo. I probably don't want Boar. Like, I do need to play it eventually, but there's no real reason to play it on turn 1. I'd rather just mulligan for another card. Try to hit an early Handmaiden or something. Well, if I end up with a Boar, I'm happy to play it on 1. Man, I feel like this deck used to be like almost auto-lose against Mage because of Devolving Missiles. So it feels nice to not have to worry about that card. Love to see Handmaiden. Let's just go ahead and Illuminate, right? Gift, Cleric. Well, I guess it's Gift. Is this some sort of control mage? I guess it could just be Naga Mage with a bad draw. Probably is that. Or maybe not even a bad draw, maybe they're just stockpiling resources. Oh, this is a 4/4. That's kind of sick. Arguably, though, it would be better as a 1/1, so they could only target it once with first or second flame. Alright, time for the cutscene. They actually didn't really go off that hard for how slow their first few turns were. Well, I can Zyrella for 3. I guess I could coin and Zyrella for 5. Probably the play, because I want to deal with Spite Lash Siren. Maybe I have like a big Pyro play, though. Pyro Cleric, coin, gift. That's 4 cards. I would draw way more than enough, though. Let's just go Zyrella. Oh, I don't even... Oh, right, I have to hero power. That's why I have to use the coin. It does suck using gift like that when I have Pyro Cleric. But, I mean, I have Handmaiden to draw cards. Maybe it makes sense to do some trading with my amulets before playing Handmaiden. Desperate Prayer. Probably just gonna have to burn my Flash Shield here. Illuminate works too. Oh yeah, I forgot I had another gift on the bottom of my deck. Well, oh wait, but I shuffled twice. Does Amulet not shuffle? Because that Cleric and that gift were both still on the bottom of my deck. Or does Trading not shuffle, I should say? It just inserts itself somewhere in the deck. That's kind of weird. It's gonna be hard for me to deal with this board, but I guess I do have Pyro and Shadow Word Devour. Maybe it actually won't be hard at all. Pyro double Devour is 4 AoE, so maybe it's just like Pyro, Cleric, Devour on each of them, and then Flash Heal for a card draw. Have to be a little careful because my Cleric only has 2 health, but I think if I just Devour her first and then Pyro second, it should be fine. I guess the real question is how many cards do I want to draw here?
Is someone injured?
Gift of the Naru is currently 7 cards, which is obviously way too many. Now it draws 5, which is good. Although if I gift, I might not kill this. I want to kill Spitelash Siren. Could have maybe even Flash Shield the Savara so I could draw another card off of it. I think this is fine. I also could have gone like Volish Zola and then damaged the Zola and drawn a card off her. It's very possible that I should have played this turn faster and then gone for Volish here. Needed to play 2 spells into the Handmaiden. I probably had 5 mana off Volish. Desperate Prayer and then Volish, Thrive, Handmaiden. Maybe I didn't have quite that much mana. I also just didn't really need it though, so it's fine. So there's no more nonsense I can do with Cleric, really. It's just Hero Power draws a card. Which isn't bad.
What is Elun's will?
Trade that. So I can kill 2 boars, and then I just need to find the other one. I might basically have lethal here. Doesn't show me the number on my boars, but I'm pretty sure this is correct. Okay. I didn't copy a boar with Zola, but I think you really only need to do that against Druid. So the thing about Druid is sometimes 1 sword is not enough. Do you want to trade Amulet on turn 1? But 1 sword is not enough, so I might have to copy a boar with Zola. There's a boar. Might just hold that for turn 4 with Zola. I could always Zola later in the game with the second boar, or with a amulet or whatever. But with this hand and this matchup, I actually think there's a good chance I'm not doing anything for a few turns. Okay, well, second boar I guess I can just play. But yeah, like I have some spells for my handmaiden, but not enough, and it's not likely that these will even be good. So I feel like I might be sitting around for a while. So ideally, I don't want to play this boar for a while, but if I stumble into a position where I think one weapon can be lethal, then this is fine to play. Such a terrible hand. Do I just waste all 3 of these spells to draw 3 cards? They do activate both of my handmaidens. Shadow Devour is a pretty good card, but I don't need it for the combo. I have the second one, I have 2 Pyros, I have 2 Light Bombs even. What an ugly handmaiden. Illuminate's kind of nice. Oh. That's actually a really interesting amulet. I am still going to have to trade and redraw one of my amulets, though. Oh, that's a super early Ibis. I don't even need to light bomb that. I think it probably makes sense to trade both of my amulets here. If I'm not trading both, then I'm assuming that I don't need to hold this. I don't need an 8th boar. And it's probably not a good idea to make that assumption. But one of the main reasons you don't need the 8th boar, or that you would need the 8th boar, is because they Earthen Scales a big Ibis, which is not going to happen. But even double Earthen Scales on 8/8s is big enough. Alright, I'm just going to double trade and play Handmaiden. Switcheroo better than Handmaiden? Probably. I think this is fine. I did play 1 copy of Gift of the Naru already, so the Pyro Cleric is a bit harder to use. Also, 1 health Cleric makes it harder to use, but potentially with Shadow Devour it could be done. This is probably going to be a Light Bomb. 18 damage, although I can get rid of 4 of it with Pyro. Could just go Pyro Switcheroo here. Try to get also like a Naga Giant. If I Light Bomb this and they go Oracle Naga Giant, although there's no way Naga Giant is that cheap. What does Switcheroo find? Zyrella, Pyro, Cleric. Only 3 minions. I think it makes sense to Light Bomb here. My hand draws 5 cards very consistently. I'm gonna be on 7 next turn. Might just dump this Cleric here. It's pretty hard to draw with a 1 health Cleric. There's a very good chance Switcheroo is finding my other Cleric. I only have 1 gift to abuse the Clerics. I think this is a fine dump. So much mana. I guess I'm playing Pyro here. Want to play Switcheroo before Handmaiden because there's a decent chance Handmaiden could draw 2 minions. How good is Illuminate here? It kills my Pyro. But I could Illuminate an amulet and then Thrive the other amulet. That's pretty damn good. 9 cards in deck. There's such a good chance they each hit an amulet. It's kind of weird killing my Pyro there, but I think the potential of double amulet next turn is really, really appealing. That might just be a game-winning play. Good ol' Onyxia. There's the Earthen Scales. Still technically only need 1 sword. Oh, I do actually need to kill another boar before this amulet's good enough. And just play this boar, though. Actually, for 1 mana, they could still Naga Giant Earthen Scales. And then it would just be really, really hard for me to beat that. They'd get 9 armor. Maybe I could just beat them to death with... Oh, Xyrella. Cleric is a 4/4. I don't know if this is a good line. Oh, I guess if I'm not killing this, they don't even need the giant. They just need Earthen Scales. Okay, this is kind of bad, actually. I actually could have just killed Onyxia. And then I have Cleric and Xyrella to just beat them to death. Looks like it's gonna be fine, though. Alright, yeah, this is fine. I don't think they can do anything here. I don't know, the line I took was pretty risky, but maybe it made sense.